Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the door. Stay clear of the door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode 262 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today's Monday, July the 27th, 2025, and I know I've got a little extra pep in my step today, a little more energy in my voice, and why is that? It's because the whole Monorail crew is back together once again, the bad boys for life. We are here, and we are ready to rock with some Walt Disney World headlines. We're going to be talking about food. We're super excited because that's our main interest. That's our main motivation in life. But in order to do that, I got to welcome in those Monorail co-hosts and give them their proper intro. So let us begin with Stephers. Stephers, welcome to the Monorail. How you doing?
I'm doing peachy. I actually thought you were gonna say I have an extra pep in my step because our RIP tour and HHN
Oh,
trip
well,
was all
that
booked.
too.
I thought that's the direction you were going, and then you were like, "Oh, everyone's here," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, we are all here." But also, don't shake your head, Landon.
I love you all a little bit slightly more than the RIP
Listen,
tour.
I have no shame. I'm I'm ready for that RIP tour. I will say I love Gimli.
Oh, yeah, Gimmers. There he is.
He's not all right. He's tired of me today. I think I've done enough. But I'm doing good. I'm settled. I'm here. Gimli's here. We're all here.
And you got a cool shirt on today, too.
I
Mickey
wanted
and
to be on
Friends.
theme.
Yeah,
To be on
very
theme.
nice. Very
I think
nice.
this is from Primark from the UK.
Wow.
Maybe.
Well, it's
I don't
cool.
know.
It's cool, and you're cool, Steffers.
Not as cool as our other co-pilot.
Oh, well, let's bring him in now. Let's open up the freezer and bring in the coolest guy in the room. It's Landon the Doz Doane. Landon, welcome back to the Monorail. How you doing?
Hi, everybody. Coming from the isolation station, love. It's me. It's the DOZ, Landon the Doz Doane, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. And I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Not wearing as cool of a shirt as Stephers, but I am wearing a Scarecrow boat shirt from the Rockinest band in Pawnee. It's been a hot minute since I've done this dang thing. We're gonna remember if I know how to do this. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Though some have said that I never knew how to do this, but that never stopped me from doing the dang thing. So we'll find out. Hey guys, how we doing? How we been? And speaking of RIP tour, dang death, slow it down.
Right? Well, you made the crazy train reference. I thought that's where you were going. I think Landon, we can't move on without officially saying RIP to one of the great voices of all time. Ozzy Osbourne has left the building. Have you recovered?
As much as one heavy metal kid can, the Ozman leaveth in this instance. I know he wasn't really a Disney icon, a Disney tie-in, but I mean, Ozzy Osbourne was a pop culture icon.
An icon, period.
Exactly. The way he transcended the world of heavy metal and then transitioned into pop culture, one of a kind. John Ozzy Osbourne was. It was a surreal moment. I go to lay down, take a nap because I mean, y'all know what I do for a living. I get up in the middle of the night, go to work, come home, take a nap. I go lay down, take my nap, and I wake up, roll over, and I see I have 50 notifications on my phone.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think, oh God, who died? And then I look at my phone. Oh crap, Ozzy died. That's who. Yeah, everybody in their context still knows me as the heavy metal kid. Everybody it's like, Landon, Ozzy died. And yeah, Ozzy, one of the best to ever do it. Black Sabbath invented heavy metal. Full stop. And the music world would look incredibly different without Ozzy. What he did with Black Sabbath and then reinventing himself in his solo career, I just one of a kind. And then what he did with his family at the turn of the century with this reality show, The Osbournes. I mean, just what a career. And I feel very fortunate to have seen him perform both solo and with the reunited Black Sabbath on Ozfest. Was like that is one of the things that I will take to my grave. And the way he was able to close out his career, he was able to do his Back to the Beginning tour, reuniting one last time with Black Sabbath and raising $190 million for Parkinson's research and a children's hospital. Just incredible. Raise your cup of coffee, raise your adult beverage of choice.
Raise the horns.
Yeah. Throw the horns up to Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely sad time, but like I feel like Ozzy went out on his terms, and I feel like his legacy is solidified, unlike some other people who we won't mention today who also passed on, that I feel like made some very unfortunate decisions later in their life that kind of ruined their legacy. But
we also will give a shout out to Malcolm Jamal Warner and Chuck Mangione, who passed.
I was actually going to say that.
Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, a huge chunk of my childhood was spent watching a sitcom that he was a part of that I also won't mention the name of.
Also maybe ruined that legacy as well, but not on his doing.
Not on his doing. But yeah, Chuck Mangione feels so good. I'd say, like, in honor of Ozzy and Chuck Mangione, why not make a playlist? Combine those two together on your Spotify, and then just enjoy your Monday afternoon after you're done listening to the Monday Morning Monorail podcast.
No, as a matter of fact, we got your download. Turn this episode off. Go listen to some Chuck Mangione.
We got good stuff. We got good stuff to talk about.
Do we?
I was going to say, can we like retroactively say that the Osborne family spectacle of lights that used to be at Disney Hollywood Studios, #AlwaysMGM, that was just named after Ozzy Osbourne, right? We can say that
I'll
now.
allow it. Yeah. Yep. I will allow it. Yep.
Okay. If it ever comes back, we'll know for sure.
We have a majority ruling. Yep.
We said it on the podcast, so it must be true.
It has to be true.
Yeah. But yeah, wow. Like you said, slow it down, Death. I think that you've done your piece for a while, and let's move on. But
talk about an RIP tour. Am I right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But it is true, Stephers. You're right. We actually officially booked this week, and so
you sickos.
From one RIP to another.
And spoiler alert for the fans of the monorail, Stephers also booked her flight, so she's really locked in.
We're booked. We booked the room too. Like, we are booked.
Yeah. But like low key, could have just stayed at your place. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm about to. Never mind. I actually probably shouldn't say that on the podcast.
But we know if we're staying on Universal property and we're not responsible for our own transportation, it's a different kind of party. Come on.
It is a different. That is so true. The night will end with me spooning Casey, and that is it. It'll be great. It'll be so great.
Okay, so there's a pretty notorious story that we share this with Frank Cardillo from Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz, that for the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Landon, Frank, and I shared a Little Mermaid room at the Art of Animation Resort, which, by the way, those rooms are nice, not big enough for 3 grown men. Not at all.
Not even a little.
But we made it work. Well, we're going to try to stretch those limitations even more, because for the RIP
Hold on a
tour,
second. Wait a second. Art. Okay, go ahead. You tell them, but like,
I'm just saying that we've got a room booked at Endless Summer. I guess I'll say Dockside. It doesn't matter. I've never stayed at Dockside, so I'm excited to do that.
Yay, look at us
excited.
Go.
But they do have a family suite that claims to be able to house 6 adults. We're going to find out if that's true.
Listen. Wait, what podcast am I on? Like, a couple of us might have to go to the lobby to poop, but like, other than that, it'll be fine. Like, we'll fit. Listen, Landon, that's not a podcast episode without mentioning poop.
It's true.
Well, we are the Monorail fam. Y'all are going to stay in a family suite, so there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to learn a lot about each other over the course of the weekend.
I don't think Justin needs to learn any more about me, but the rest of the people in the room will surely surely learn
Will
more.
some of us be eating black bread that will cause
Oh,
things to happen
Oh,
later?
They
Lord.
taste so good though. They taste so good.
I look
Anyway.
forward to hearing those
Oh,
reports. Said
gonna be a good time.
nobody. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Oh,
But you know what else is
no.
a really good time? Talking about Walt Disney World news and specifically Walt Disney World food that isn't black. So let's get our swimmies on and dive into the headlines. That's right, dreamers. We're back again with the news from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. And I want to kick it off with everyone's favorite subject. At least I know if you're part of the Monorail fam, if you're part of this Monorail crew in the room right now, then you know for sure we love talking about food, and we're going to start there. Guys, Epcot's Food and Wine Festival is almost here. Like it's going to be here before you know it. I know we're sitting here July 27th, but we're only just a handful of weeks away before we get into Food and Wine Festival. And as exciting as that is already by itself, we've got a new addition to Food and Wine coming this year to Chefs de France. First of all, have either one of you ever dined at Chefs de France before?
I have never experienced Chef de France, as we call it around these parts.
I have actually.
Yeah. Okay. So when you went, was it pre or post COVID? Because I think they changed their menu.
Pre.
Okay.
I'm gonna say pre with confidence.
Okay. I believe I went post, so it was a different kind of thing. But I did like it. And it's one of those that now, unless they've changed it, is part of the prefix menu crew. But
Oh yeah, definitely pre then, because I got to order whatever we wanted.
Okay. So it's good. I enjoyed the food there. But you know, you just have to go in if and I'll check this while we're talking about it. But if it's still prefix, that's what you just have to prepare yourself for that. People hate the fact that so many of the Disney restaurants are doing that. But
I'm people who hate that.
you're not the only one. It's frustrating. I know it's easier on the kitchen. I'm sure it's cost effective or whatever, but it's not
But
my
screw that.
preferred. Yeah. Not my preferred way to dine. But anyways, there's going to be a special offering at Chefs de France for Food and Wine. They are bringing a breakfast buffet situation. So here is what you'll get to experience. Indulge in a traditional French breakfast experience that I said that so weird. That transports you straight to the cafes of Paris. Delight in a bountiful buffet featuring the following options. You got assorted French pastries, which includes buttery croissant, pain au chocolat, almond croissants, and other assorted pastries. There will be fresh baked baguettes. There will be cheeses and charcuterie. There will be smoked salmon, and there will be fresh fruit. Also included is unlimited mimosas, fruit juices, and freshly brewed coffee. You'll be able to start making these reservations on August 12th, and seatings will start September the 5th. So I'm going to set the over-under, just seeing that we've got unlimited mimosas on here. I'm going to set the over-under on the price per adult at about $50 for a breakfast for basically a continental breakfast with mimosas. What say you guys? Like, what you feel like I'm in the neighborhood, or I mean, because I can't see this being under. I can't see it being under 40.
I mean, for unlimited mimosas, yeah, I would agree. And the salmon and the cheeses, 40 feels about right. But am I the only one that's kind of left wanting with everything that you just laid out there? I mean, don't get me wrong.
This is like a little snack plate for
Exactly.
me.
Yeah. That doesn't exactly scream breakfast buffet for me. Now, granted, I am a Southern boy, so breakfast buffet for me is eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuits, gravy. But this is Chefs de France, so you know,
Bless
this
you.
isn't your Cracker Barrel menu options. So you know, it's going to be a little something different. But to Stephers' point, this is more of a snacking option as opposed to a breakfast buffet.
I mean, so the most expensive entree, it looks like, is like $35. I think it has to be at least 35, if not close to $60. That's just my opinion. Because the alcohol, I mean, that's what the selling
Unlimited,
point
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottomless mimosas, y'all.
Yeah, and fact checking myself in real time. So the Chef's de France menu for dinner has a prefix meal option, which is $68. It's $67.95. But they also do have a la carte. You can do appetizers, entrees, desserts, a la carte, and it looks like those entrees range anywhere from $26.95 up to $54.95 for the steak frites. So I don't know. I honestly, maybe my memory's flawed. I'm guessing I must have done the prefix menu when we went, and I don't know if it was the only option. But now at least you could do either one. If you like prefix, it does have it. If not, you can go a la carte. But anyways, yeah, this sort of puts me in mind of, I think they did a very, very similar breakfast at Be Our Guest. Um, and I just remember thinking the advantage there would be you go get your breakfast at Be Our Guest, and at least you're in the park before everybody else. And
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it was still an expensive way to do it. So, but at
And
Epcot,
you can go ahead and start getting your buzz on because you're in Epcot. So there you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
or hold on, you could spend the Disney Gallery dues and do the GO82
that's true.
dessert party.
Yeah, you could do that, but I don't recommend doing that.
Can you just let us have this one thing?
You can have it. I just don't recommend it.
Or you can be irresponsible with your Disney dollar dues and do both.
Do it all.
Yeah, because the world's on fire. Spend it all, baby. No one gets out alive.
That's true.
Nihilism.
So, anyways, it's an option. I guess, we'll have to see what the reservation timeframes look like. Maybe this would be a way for you to potentially get into Epcot a little bit earlier. And I think too that especially the sit down breakfast options are somewhat limited in Epcot. I know you can go to Garden Grill and they've got like that's a good breakfast.
That is the
I
breakfast
will
option that
always
I am
recommend.
always
Yep.
imagining. Yeah. And
Yeah.
plus you're right there for living with the Sorry, just had a flashback.
The other one would be they used to do the breakfast at Akershus, right?
Bless you. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
princess
with
dining
the
or whatever.
princesses. Do they still do that?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm
I
checking
think
it out right now.
so. Yeah,
Akershush.
but again, post COVID as it is, they changed a lot of stuff. So
I've never been to Akershus. They do. They still offer the princess
I
storybook
haven't either,
dining.
surprisingly. I love me some princesses.
Okay, well, maybe this is a little bit of an insight. They do princess storybook dining packages for breakfast. Every adult is $59. That's ages 10 and up.
So
Per
I wasn't
child is
off.
38. And then the cocktails, it looks like, are a la carte. So I don't know. Their breakfast is a little more beefy. It's got breakfast pastries, potato casserole, bacon, waffles, scrambled eggs, sausage, mixed fruit. So we do have more protein options there.
okay, yeah.
But
Oh yeah, protein. You really only get some salmon here.
Salmon.
Oh, cured meats. You get cured meats for charcuterie.
Yeah, on the I mean, again, I get it. It's in the France pavilion, but going back to the breakfast offerings, really the selling point is the unlimited mimosas. It feels like because the food offerings are kind of lacking. Unless you're just a big salmon fan.
Some people call me the big salmon. I
Do
don't know
they?
why.
No one calls you that, Justin. No one calls you that.
Well, anyways, it's a new option. It's something you can do, and maybe it's a way to get in the park a little bit earlier. And we'll wait and see what that price point is. We don't have that yet, but if you're looking for maybe another kind of snack that's maybe a little less impactful on the old wallet, a little more palatable, let's say, you're going to have a new option over in Toy Story Land because there is a new snack kiosk that is currently under construction, located just near the entrance to the Galaxy's Edge that the Toy Story Land side of Galaxy's Edge, of course, near Woody's Lunchbox, near where the bathrooms are. They're building a snack kiosk. More information on that coming soon. I don't. I can't imagine that this is going to have anything more than just like maybe it's going to be a stop for drinks. Maybe it'll be
Pop-Tarts.
sweet treats or something. Because why would you put something that close to Woody's Lunchbox that would have more substantial food? But we'll see.
I mean, maybe if it takes some of the foot traffic away from Woody's Lunchbox, because I mean, like the food at Woody's Lunchbox is, in my opinion, something you can't miss when you go to Hollywood Studios. But at the same time, I'm not alone, it seems, in that opinion, because Woody's Lunchbox has so much dang traffic. So
Yeah.
maybe if it has something similar to the food that is at Woody's Lunchbox, it'll take some of that foot traffic away from Woody's Lunchbox and makes it more manageable. I'm of no disillusion that it's going to, suddenly, be like, oh, Woody's Lunchbox is a walk up. Let's just go get our tachos and big ass Pop-Tarts. But if it makes it, not a 20-minute wait, I would be okay with that. I don't know if that's going to make it so, but still, I'd be all right with that.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
I
But
just remembered I have tater tots in my freezer. So
oh
I can
yeah,
make
tater
There you go.
tacos.
I know what Stephers is doing when we're done recording. And on top of that, I mean, they've improved the seating option there in Toy Story Land, which that is long overdue. Though I am curious, with them adding a new snack kiosk, are we then going to go back to the tried and true, man, there isn't enough seating here in Toy Story Land?
Well, sadly, that is kind of how it is right now. I mean, they added the shaded areas to the seating area of Woody's Lunchbox, but my last experience there, and I was by myself, luckily, so I was able to just find like a standing table and I was fine. But I was a little bit disappointed to see that there were a lot of people who were taking up tables that did not have food. And maybe they had someone ordering or picking up the food, but there were a nice number of tables that were occupied by non-eating guests at the time. They had worked on trying to address this problem for a little while by not letting you even come into the seating area unless you had a mobile order or directing you to get in line to make your order at Woody's Lunchbox. But they didn't. There was no screening the last time I was there. Maybe it was just a bad day. Here's the biggest problem. Toy Story Land is hot and doesn't have a lot of shade. And so people are seeking out the shaded seating areas. And I get that. I understand that. But I think the way that you are going to have to address this is there's going to have to be maybe a little R&R space or something in Toy Story Land where you've got, and it doesn't have to be huge, but just maybe some table, like a few tables that are under shade that have some fans or something going on, where people who are maybe they're waiting for people who are riding Slinky Dog, and they're not roller coaster people, that they can relax. And you could even build it maybe near Slinky Dog. I don't know, but they need there's a need there, and I'm not sure exactly how to address that. But
that's a good point. Honestly, that might be more needed than another snack kiosk.
Yeah,
because
So
I mean,
true.
to your point, Toy Story. I mean, it is exposed to the elements.
yeah.
Some might call it the animal kingdom of the Hollywood studio area because there is no shade.
Oh, all right. So true. So
I
true.
want you to point me in the direction of whoever's saying that, because I'm gonna have a word with them.
I believe they drop new episodes every Thursday. But speaking of Toy Story Land, they have a neighboring area in Galaxy's Edge, and when Galaxy's Edge was coming out, I don't know if you remember, there was concept art of wandering droids roaming, as it were, to enrichen the ambiance of Galaxy's Edge, and it seems like that is now coming to life, at least for a limited time, because nearly 6 years after Star Wars Galaxy's Edge debuted, roaming droids have finally arrived at Disney's Hollywood Studios. There are 3 roaming DBX droids, each with their own personality and Identifying colors. The droids are part of an interactive show driven by a character named Kimbe. As Kimbe interacts with the audience, various scenarios are presented that give these droids an opportunity to show off their skills and personalities. I'm glad that this is finally coming to life. I kind of hate that it's just for a limited time, but I guess it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like if you remember when Galaxy's Edge was first presented, we were going to have characters wandering around Galaxy's Edge, interacting with cast members, telling stories of, the Resistance. Like, do you want to join the Resistance? Do you want to become part of the First Order to rat out the Resistance? Well, we kind of got some of that. I mean, like we got stormtroopers wandering around. We got First Order officers wandering around. Kylo still shows up from time to time, but it's not really, that role-playing aspect. I know they had to tone some of that back because, depending on who they interacted with, some people didn't want to play ball. I get that. And then another part of that was these droids that, I mean, we're not going to have R2-D2 because that wasn't quote unquote in the timeline, but we're going to have R2 like droids wandering around or BB-8-esque droids wandering around. Well, we've never really seen that. And that was always kind of a bummer, but I mean, I guess this is a step in the right direction, but it's part of a show.
And it's limited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Limited
gotta
for now.
test the waters, see, the kinks, because if you promise a whole thing, you put flooring in a really big, high traffic area of Epcot, and then the lights stop working, then everyone has like a whole thing. So
Stephers, that's
really,
ridiculous. That would never happen.
absolutely, that's what I'm saying. But like, just pretend like they're droids, and then they kind of malfunction, and then they gotta test it, guys. They gotta test it. It's okay.
When we initially heard the pitch for Galaxy's Edge and we saw the concept art, I know I'll just speak for myself personally. I envisioned there being maybe not R2-D2 clones, but similar droids to that sort of were just like rolling around the area that you would be able to like take pictures with, and that would really help with the immersion. The closest we got is if you look down at the ground when you're walking through Galaxy's Edge, there's droid tracks.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But proof that R2 units were there.
Yeah. And I know like there's logistical things to think about, and I have to say I just don't know, like maybe it wasn't going to be 10 of them, but 1 or 2 would be kind of nice. And I do think that one thing is guests don't know how to act, and people would be like assaulting the droids probably.
You ain't wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No one gets to
for the
kick my
gram.
R2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people would be trying to get R2 involved in their TikTok dances and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which it sucks. Like we do live in this like influencer timeline where you see this kind of stuff, and it does end up like changing how Disney and Universal have to deal with guest interactions when it comes to, and I'm just thinking about with like actual characters that you meet. Like people try to mess up those experiences all the time. And it would be so much worse if they were, I don't know that there would ever be unsupervised droids rolling around, but just autonomous droids that, people wouldn't, like people would be too tempted to try to do something to go viral or something probably. But
I mean,
anyways,
I would always imagine that the droids would have a cast member or a friend of the droid within eyeshot. I mean, even though the technology probably does exist that the droids could go off on their own, I would not trust visitors of the park to do the right thing. I mean, like this is why we can't have nice things is a phrase for a reason.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a Taylor Swift song, actually, but that too. Fair. I also think they have to like they'll control have the little droid buddy. Like I think that they would control the droid.
Yeah. Well, maybe maybe they'd have to.
I mean, you're just gonna auto sense? It's gonna have like a perimeter and it goes beep, beep, beep. No, with how crowded, but with how crowded Galaxy's Edge gets.
Have you seen Rizbot that runs around Austin, Texas? Have you seen this?
No, but the fact that it's called Riz is
Well,
making me question my life.
there's
Is
a
it a
reason.
robot of that one kid that hangs out with the Costco guy, the Rizzler?
Oh,
The
it is.
the one that that does that with
he does
his,
the thing.
yeah, uh-huh.
I don't know if it was inspired by him or not, but no,
Okay.
the reason I'd bring it up is I know it's sort of like a testing thing they're doing, but this is a robot that is, I'm sure has handlers nearby, just like we're talking about, but it runs around and just like walks up to people and it like gives them compliments. And
Oh,
yes,
that's nice.
but it's cool. I mean, it's fun to watch if you ever like find any of those videos. It's a cute little robot, but I'm like, I do think the technology, especially for something as simple as you, what are you talking about here? It's basically Push, which used to be a talking trash can that rolled around Tomorrowland. It's basically Push, but it doesn't even really have to talk. It just has to beep. And if it was able to just like roll around and like periodically stop and kind of look around and allow people to take pictures, that's really all you need it to do.
And
That's so
plus, I
true.
mean, it could be I'm assuming an R2-esque robot. R2D2 had weapons, so if a visitor gets too close and starts, messing around, R2 could just give him a little shocker, like
zap.
just jab him.
Yeah.
Hit him with a flamethrower.
That's true.
That'll teach that family from Colorado.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I want to see
started
these. I
blasting.
want to see these guys. I'm excited they're doing it. To bring it back to like put a positive spin. I think it is cool, and the BDX droids are cool.
They are cool, yeah.
So it's cool they're doing it. I guess I'm more like feeling sad about what might have been in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
more than anything.
And a lot of what could have been, going back to 2020, it's like when they rolled out Galaxy's Edge and then the world caught fire. It's like there are several reasons I would love to live in the timeline where COVID-19 never happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those reasons when companies like Disney didn't have to pull back on stuff and they could have just continued to go at the pace that they had planned.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's fair, because maybe they were going to do some additions like a lot more quickly to Galaxy's Edge had COVID not happened. So, anyways.
But there are other reasons I would rather live in that timeline than seeing, hey, I wonder if we would have got our walking around robots down there in Hollywood studio, y'all.
Of course. Of course. Oh my God. Can you imagine the state Epcot would be in if we were not in the COVID timeline?
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's not dwell on what coulda, shoulda, woulda been.
We truly are in the darkest timeline.
This is fine. Anyway, we're gonna go on
Nihilism.
to happier times or something, to the most magical kingdom of the kingdom. I don't know. Anyway, going to Magic Kingdom. It's a Small World. Got a little update, a little upgrade, a little. Must be nice. The finale, a new finale debuts at Magic Kingdom with Richard Sherman's last verse. Oh, sorry, I get sad. On July 17th, It's a Small World at both Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort unveiled an updated finale scene featuring a new verse written by the late Richard M. Sherman, his final lyrical contribution to the Walt Disney Company.
Wow.
The verse plays during the attraction's closing scene and adds a heartfelt new message to the globally recognized song.
Which Stephers will now sing.
I'm definitely not singing it, but I will gladly read it. Mother Earth unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind. Through our vast, wondrous land, when we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all.
Isn't that nice?
It's a small world after all.
Yeah. I love it. That's very nice. I had no idea that there was a lost final verse to It's a Small World, and the fact that this was Richard M. Sherman's last contribution lyrically to the Walt Disney Company. It's really nice that now that's finally been put in place. I guess my only question is what caused it to not be part of the ride for so long.
And they were just hanging on to it in the vault or something.
I guess so.
Yeah. And to your point, what inspired them to be like, all right, now's
the time.
Yeah. On July 17th in the year 2025, y'all, we're dropping it.
Yeah. But I mean, this is probably, I was going to say the closest thing we'll get to like a Small World upgrade, because that's one of those rides that they can keep the maintenance up and maybe they can like enhance the technology a little bit, but I don't think you're ever going to get like a massive overhaul to like what Small World is at its core, because again, that's like talk about Disney Legends. That's a Mary Blair staple, like those characters, those costumes, all that stuff. So like I think it makes me think of the last time that they added anything to Small World was the interactive screens when you're about to get off the boat, and it used to say goodbye to you in different languages and it would put your name up there. It doesn't even do that anymore. It just says goodbye.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, well, it's right at the very end, and it's like a series of screens on either side of the boat, and so
Well,
it would
maybe I
be
do remember that actually. Huh.
and it would be like ciao, Steffers,
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
it was cool.
It
Mm.
was, but for some reason they took that away from all the because does it do it on it used there's a couple other places they used to do something similar. It used the Magic Band technology, so when you got close to it, it would put your name. Oh, so like Rock and Roller Coaster,
Rock and Roller Coaster used to have your name like
the
in the
posters.
posters. Yeah. What else used to have it?
Expedition Everest used to put your name on there were posters in the queue when you're about to get on the ride that would be like um I can't even remember some examples, but it had something to do with like this person is selling mountain climbing boots and it would be your name or something.
Oh, I never saw that, huh?
Yeah. And then the other one that I can remember was Star Tours. There's that robot, like when you go up the ramp before they ask you how many people are in your party and send you one way or the other to get on the ships. There's a robot that's like scanning, like doing security scanning, and it would put your name up there on the screen. Were there any others that did the interactive stuff? I can't remember. I think that may be the whole lot of it, but I don't
I
think
hate that Disney eliminated stuff like that. That
well,
was
yeah, like all of that. I don't think any of those work anymore, and I just don't know why. Um, I think that was another thing that maybe stopped in the COVID times, and then they just didn't bring it back. Who knows? Who knows? But I have pictures. Like I remember getting on Rock and Roller Coaster and with May and McKenna, and their names were up on the posters like at the same time, and so I got a picture of that.
Rock and Roller Coasters is the one that stands out most in my mind. Yeah. And it's a Small World, going back to what we're talking about. I mean, I hate that Disney stopped doing. I mean, obviously, it has to come down to a cost issue. I mean, that's why
guess.
Disney stops doing anything is the bottom line. But I mean, dang, that
Unless
was a cool piece of technology.
do you think that maybe like there were guest complaints because they were like, "Oh, I don't like you putting my name up there," like it's a privacy concern or something?
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, if you're worried about privacy, why are you going to the most visited theme park in the world?
Oh, people
You're
don't want their
giving up
data
that
tracked.
piece of
You
well,
literally are getting your data checked when you download
I
the app.
I
and
know.
scanning in.
I know.
I like you're giving up that piece of
Well,
privacy when
listen,
you're going
I'm
out
on
in
your
public.
side. I'm on your side of this argument, Lena, because you know, like people don't like doing the facial recognition stuff at Universal, and they're like, I don't want you like capturing my face. They everywhere you are in the park is doing that anyway.
Everywhere you go outside of the park is I mean, let me introduce you to this fun little piece of technology you carry around in your pocket. It's called a smartphone.
I mean, sadly, this is the world we live in. Privacy concerns, especially like you said, like these giant theme parks that are doing nothing but tracking all of your data. It's a little bit silly in 2025.
Right.
But
Yeah. Yeah. You pay for the privilege of them to track you. Yeah. To the pop of how much does a Magic Band Plus cost? Like $34.99
like
plus
40
tax.
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, anyways, that I would be curious. First of all, I wonder if there's any that we forgot that actually did the personalized,
Yeah,
like,
let us
name
know.
stuff.
E.T. Oh wait, they
That's
still
different.
do
They
it.
still do it.
yeah.
But also, it's never right. But like
It's
that's
never
okay.
right.
It's never right.
Listen, I will be Brenda or I will be Michael. It's fine.
I'm
Listen,
Brandon over here, according to ET. Yeah.
I've just been friend the last 2 times. So
That's true. Yeah.
Justin apparently is hard to say.
But honestly, we're all friend here on the monorail.
Aren't we all friend? I think we're all friend. That
Run
and
out food?
that's when we stand hand in hand. It's a small world after all. That's beautiful. Well, anyway, new lyrics. Uh, Steffers, Landon,
Yes.
is this gonna cause you to maybe ride a small world next time you're at Magic Kingdom so you can hear the new verse?
If
I'll
there's
check it
a
out.
5-minute wait.
Okay.
Wow. All right. And it's interesting. You said it's like I'm curious. I don't think Small World will ever get a full-blown renovation because I think this is a Disney untouchable. What other Disney untouchables are out there in your opinion? I'm putting you on the spot. I realize, but I agree with you. I think Small World is a Disney untouchable because this is quintessential Disney. Full stop.
I would have said that about Spaceship Earth until, I mean, they already did massive updates to it, and then they announced they were going to change the way the story flowed and change some of the scenes. Of course, Steffers is sad because all that went away. But let's see. They've updated the Carousel of Progress over time, so that's not totally untouchable. I don't know. I really think that for me, I think the only reason Small World seems to be so sacred is because of the ties to the Sherman brothers and Mary Blair, and it's just like you can't take that out of the parks. Um, but they did. I say that knowing that at Disneyland, Small World is a little bit different. They added like characters into the scene.
That's true. So is there anything that's untouchable in Disney parks?
Well, we know Muppet Vision 3D wasn't, so
I think we're living in an era and realizing there isn't anything that's untouchable in Disney parks.
And honestly, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. But I would love to see a little more done to some of the personally. Like, okay, there are going to be people who would get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like Peter Pan needs some upgrades. Like, I like to ride it sometimes, but it's mostly just because I like the ride vehicle. It's a short ride, and I don't get that much from it otherwise. And it's just like, I know they updated the Native American scene, and that one's like to make it a little more like honoring the culture of Native Americans and a little less stereotype, that was fine. But like that ride, I don't know. I always come off going, okay, well, I'm glad it always has such a long line, and I just don't know. I think it's all nostalgia, but
yeah, I mean, well, a lot of the Magic Kingdom is nostalgia.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so do you guys think there's anything that should be untouchable in the parks? Because I would struggle, you know, I think with some changes, but I just think nothing should be untouchable. As long as they can find a way to preserve things or like honor the memory or whatever.
I don't know if there's anything that should be considered untouchable. To your point, as long as they still maintain the idea of the attraction. I mean, like maybe Haunted Mansion.
But they've made additions and changes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
And-
everything I would say has changed a smidgen.
And I was gonna say maybe Pirates, but again, they've made changes to Pirates, and I don't necessarily hate the changes they made with Pirates. I mean, some people will go back. It's like, oh, they never should have put in Red, or it's like I like the addition of Red. I think that is a very
she's cool
character.
The only thing that I could see maybe eventually happening is just removing Johnny Depp.
Exactly. Yeah, getting rid of Jack Sparrow. Because like the further we move away from those movies, it's like unless you grew up watching the movies or you go back and watch the movies, it's just like, okay, why does this one pirate keep popping up?
Yeah. I could see there being a time where it's just not relevant anymore. Plus they're rebooting Pirates anyway. So, you know, so maybe you just take him out because it doesn't necessarily need to be about that specific character. And I say that, and I always make the joke, like, when are they going to add The Rock to Jungle Cruise? Which I will say, props to Disney for never pulling that trigger, because they haven't, and they could have so easily.
Though honestly, I think if that was a bigger success at the box office, Disney might have.
They would have, yeah. You're probably right. Like if it had been as big as Pirates, they probably would.
Like if that movie made $1 billion at the box office, and then we're like living in the timeline where Jungle Cruise 3 is getting ready to come
Yeah.
out, I think we would have seen Rock the Dwayne Johnson pop up in an animatronic form on the
Yeah.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's a good point. So, all right. Well, in the spirit of change, let's talk about some change coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. And it's a little bit interesting because, yes, this is change. Yes, this is an update, but it's kind of going back to what this area was originally at Disney Hollywood Studios. So we move forward while looking back, which is kind of something we've been talking about here. So we got the announcement last week, Animation Courtyard, the much debated spot that we all felt like could have been the new home to Monsters Inc. It could have been a place to move the Muppets to. We now know that there is a future for Animation Courtyard, and it's not exactly what any of us expected. And this includes taking away Star Wars Launch Bay. So here's the announcement from Disney, and I'll try to not read every word of this because it's a little bit long, but we'll start here. Walt Disney Animation Studios in Burbank, California is a place of pure magic. Artists go in, beloved characters and films come out. Now imagine stepping inside those iconic walls and seeing Disney animation characters leap off the screen and into our world. So I say this is kind of a throwback because if you remember, when Hollywood Studios opened originally as MGM Studios, this was an active animation studio where you could go into this same building and actually watch real animators working on future Disney projects. That was the heart and premise of the Emmy Award-winning short film Once Upon a Studio. Have you all watched Once Upon a Studio?
Yeah, I remember when it dropped.
Back
It was
in the day.
it was so nice.
It's good, yeah. And it's going to inspire a brand new experience at Disney's Hollywood Studios. By the way, the writers, the creators of Once Upon a Studio were guests on Hyperion Adventures podcast with Tom and Michelle. So if you ever want to go back in the archives and check that out, Tom and Michelle had a really good interview with the creators of Once Upon a Studio. So
Very
go look
cool.
into that. Housed in a building reminiscent of the iconic Roy E. Disney Animation Building, this upcoming family experience, the magic of Disney animation, is getting ready to bring the wonder of animation to life like never before. In 2026, the current home of Star Wars Launch Bay will transform into a place where kids and kids at heart can laugh, draw, dream, and explore animated new experiences. Topping the building will be Mickey's iconic sorcerer's hat, just like the real building in California.
Yes.
Which will
Yes.
cast a spell with pixie dust. So the return of the sorcerer's hat, just
Yes.
a little different.
Yes.
Now they just need to shift it a little bit and put it right as soon as you enter the park. Yeah. Maybe on top of the theater. No.
right. Maybe right in front of it, so you can't
Exactly.
Even see
Yeah.
no, this is good. I feel like it's a good compromise for those people who, maybe experienced Hollywood Studios for the first time when there was a giant sorcerer's hat at the end of Hollywood Boulevard. And now they were sad when it was removed, while I was sad that it was ever there to begin with.
Oh.
We can compromise
And have it come back.
and have
That's
it come
the-
back
yeah,
in a
yeah, yeah.
different place. Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
You get the limo out front. Never mind.
Our story in this newly reimagined space begins as the animators have temporarily stepped away, but the building is still buzzing with activity as the characters have come to life and they're ready to play. I wonder if that rhymed on purpose. Inside, you will interact with and explore silly takes on the iconic Disney Animation headquarters, including the many different studio departments. Only this time, some of our favorite pals have taken over to create fun adventures. So it sounds like you're going to get some insight into animation. It's going to be, whimsical, of course, because we've got these characters that are jumping out of the cells. They're coming off the portraits and they're going to talk to us. And you'll even have like a little animation academy experience in here where you get to draw your own characters. One of the cool things that I thought they, as part of this announcement, that they added is there's going to be a Alice in Wonderland playground called Drawn to Wonderland. It will be filled with an oversized flower garden with musical instruments, a Mad Tea Party playset, and a Tolgi wood exploration area, all inspired by the original Alice in Wonderland concept art from Mary Blair. Getting a lot of shout outs today on the show. So that's awesome. because as we have discussed in the past, one of the things that we all enjoy and miss about the old school Hollywood studios was the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's cool to hear that the kids are going to have a new playground to play in. And I may be too large for it, but that won't stop me from trying to climb on things. Um, and apparently, there's going to be a lot of character meet and greets as well. They even said there are lots of character greetings that are come to this space. Now, in our notes, I put a picture of the concept art of the revamped Animation Courtyard. It looks great. It looks really nice. It looks like a working sort of animation campus. One of my notes though was you can see right there at the very front where you would enter Animation Courtyard, the current archway that has Disney's Hollywood Studios written on it and Mickey Mouse that you walk under to get to Animation Courtyard is gone. That
Oh,
will
you're
be
right.
that
Huh.
will be removed. And in fact, after I saw that, and I said that something about this in the Discord, I actually saw on social media it was highlighted, like other blogs and outlets had highlighted the fact that yeah, the archway is going to be removed, which is sort of interesting. Because I feel like some people feel like that is part of the visual iconography of Hollywood studios. It's weird that that'll be gone, but I guess why would you put a big sorcerer's hat on the building that people couldn't really see from far away? So maybe they're taking it out because it would block that visual, is what I'm thinking. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to make a point of building such what in Disney's mind is going to become a new icon within Hollywood studio, why would you hide it behind an archway? And that is going to be a new visual point to look at. But at the same time, yeah, that wall slash archway is kind of what is known for at the end of Hollywood Boulevard. That kind of gives it the look there around the theater.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting though. But I mean, it like they're going to all this work, so they don't want to close it off and wall it off,
Yeah.
particularly in this instance. So I mean, I guess it makes sense, but that will be interesting to not have that archway and that wall there.
Yeah. It'll be odd to see for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what are your thoughts, Steffers, on this initial concept art we got here?
Well, it's funny. I was giving one, I haven't been to the animation studios in California, which one day it's a bucket list item for me. But when you were reading the thing, I was like, oh, maybe this is like an interventions, but
For
catered,
animation.
but for animation. Yeah, that's what
Mhm.
I was thinking, because it was giving like edutainment, but also like that kind of vibe.
Mhm.
Um, listen, the hat's coming back. Sold. I'm sold. You could well, no, you can't just seriously put anything. I I wish the area looked a bit more whimsical, but like other than that, like the hat's coming back. So yay!
Yeah. Well, they say the pixie dusting from the sorcerer's hat will extend far beyond the walls of the magic of Disney animation as the entire courtyard is reimagined into the Walt Disney Studios, taking inspiration from several buildings found in Burbank. The special nod to the legendary Walt Disney Studios lot includes our version of the Studio Theater, which will continue to house The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. And over at the soundstage, you'll find a fresh Disney Junior show. So there's still going to be a Disney Junior show happening just across the courtyard. While exploring the studio grounds in the courtyard, families can take a break to play, relax, or snack on tasty treats under lush trees. And make sure to look around too. You never know who you might see playing in the branches, soaking up the sun, or digging in the grass. So I
Oh,
imagine,
okay. So it'll be
yeah,
more like, okay, from the
there's going to be
concept art,
details.
you ain't giving me whimsical. You're
Yeah,
giving me cement buildings
gotcha.
with
Yeah,
a
it
hat.
does. It does.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a business
Yeah,
courtyard.
which is not the Disney vibe, but like if they're gonna change like the environment to kind of match, then awesome. I mean, I think this is great. I've always been like I love animation. I love knowing about it. I love learning about it. I think this is a Steffers vibe for sure.
And I think this is an upgrade because it's like in
Mhm.
I say this as a Star Wars fan. Launch Bay was a one and done experience for me. It's like go in, check out all the stuff they had, and do the character. It's like, don't get me wrong, I loved going to meet Chewbacca, but it's like that Kylo Ren meet and greet is one of the most awkward experiences I've ever had with a character in Disney. Like that made me and everybody in there so uncomfortable. It's like, dude, what is going on? So there will be no tears shed in the Dawes household when Launch Bay shuts its door, which looks like closing begins on September 25th of this year. So we have a little bit of time within 2 months. So you know, if you are a fan of Launch Bay, you got a little bit of time to make some plans to say farewell, bon voyage, as it were. Man, Hollywood Studios going through some changes this year.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to checking this out next year when I'm down in the studios. And I love the fact that Disney's putting an emphasis, at least in this instance, on animation. Because I mean, like Disney animation, I mean, that's bread and butter, y'all. Bread and butter.
Well, it's kind of, it was like core to what Hollywood studios used to be. So it gives me hope. I actually, like, I feel like this is a very positive thing because it does feel like we're still keeping the studio vibes in the studio. Like if you had gotten rid of the courtyard and put in Monsters Inc. Land here, that would have been like the last vestige of like this ever being a studio park, kind of. And you still would have had Backlot Express, I guess, which has those vibes a little bit. But I think it's positive. I think it's good. I agree with you, Landon. I was done with Star Wars Launch Bay. I think it's long overdue for, to move. Plus, it doesn't make sense to have that when you have Galaxy's Edge.
Bingo.
I was going to point out that they did announce that there's going to be a more standard Chewbacca meet and greet that's popping up in Galaxy's Edge. And my assumption is that that's because he's going to be, not someone you can meet anymore in Launch Bay. It says Chewbacca's meeting in a more traditional meet and greet this summer within Galaxy's Edge. Typically, he would be just roaming around, but now he's got like a shady area where you can come up.
Say less. I will stand in line for 2 hours just to meet Chewbacca. I still haven't met him. Like, I don't have a picture with Chewbacca. I mean, I have, like, from a distance, but like,
but with him, you still have yet to get your Wookiee hug.
Yeah,
you got to go get that Wookiee hug. But I said poor Chewbacca. It's just going to be a shady area. They can't put him in air conditioning during the summer. Dang.
Hey, oh my gosh, there's no way they could do this logistically. But here's what they should have done. There should have been
in the Falcon.
Well,
oh my God.
Well, that's better than my idea.
Zoe?
No. What's your idea?
No, that's way better than my idea. You're right. He should have been permanently sitting at the chess table. Yeah.
Well, people actually go in there, so that's more likely to happen than my idea.
I was thinking like you put him at the chess table inside the Falcon, and as part of waiting for your crew to be called, you get to go sit with Chewbacca and get a picture. They could have had a photo pass cast member right there. This is part of you tell me this is part of Smuggler's Run. That ride goes way up in my ranking of like, should you or should you not do it?
I would actually stand in line for Smuggler's Run. As it is right now, until they put the Mando stuff in, probably not going to stand in line for Smuggler's Run. But if you tell me I can take a picture with Chewie at the chess table, I will stand in line for that, and then I might bounce before I actually get on the attraction.
And I'm good.
Yeah, I'd be like, see ya. It's like, oh, what? I have to be an engineer again? No, I don't. I am out.
You'll go AWOL on that mission. You're like,
yeah.
I am officially leaving the Resistance. No, that's funny. No, but really, so my idea was you put him in Oga's at one of the booths, so you can go get pictures with Chewie at the space bar.
Yeah, because Oga's has a ton of space and seating.
It does not.
Come on,
which is why mine is a bad idea. But I just thought that would be a cool way to meet Chewie, and
that would be a cool way.
With AC.
Yeah. And it going back to what we were talking about with the droids, that would add to the ambiance and theming of characters walking around in this world. Because I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, who doesn't want to go into a Star Wars cantina and drink with a Wookiee? And then
Epic
kill
does.
Greedo because Han shot
Oh.
first.
I just don't want him to shed in my drink. That's all.
Oh yeah, Wookiees probably do shed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if you're looking to meet Chewie in his new shady location, you can find him near the Millennium Falcon. He's near a backstage gate to the right of the Falcon.
You're right there, dude. Just put some AC, pop them up. I'll walk the extra steps. I'll get a cool little Falcon. Listen, I'm just saying this is a $1 million idea. Because you could just adjust the gates that are blocking the Falcon and just do it by the ramp. And then you can. Anyway.
No, you're
Anyway.
right. You're right.
Period.
Stephers had a fun little hand dance right there. That was that was awesome.
Speaking
Now,
of
here's-
Chewie, I have him right here. Right here.
Here's my next question. More
Pickles.
importantly, oh, I love pickles. By the way, I don't know if you guys have Grillos at your local.
I love Grillos. They're so good.
Grillos are delicious.
What the
And
hell's a Grillo?
It's a Grillo pickle. Look it up.
Pickle
No.
spears, and I got the hot ones, the hot spears.
Oh, they're so good.
They're
so
really good.
Anyway.
Anyways, where will you continue to be able to meet Darth Vader? Anywhere. Once
Oh, I don't know about all that.
once Launch Bay closes, because now is when Disney's going to have to make the decision. Do we continue to try to maintain the timeline?
Oh, that's right. Y'all just give up kayfabe.
Yeah.
Kayfabe's dead in 2025. Just bring in classic Star Wars characters in the Galaxy's Edge. You
Sure.
tried it. It was good job by you. But
Give
but
the
just-
people what they want.
Exactly. You already started it with Mando and Baby Yoda. I'm not going to call him Grogu.
But you could
it
just
was
do
fun.
it
It was
based off
fun.
of don't have them all come out at the same time. So then you're technically not forking up the
Well,
timeline.
That's the
because
idea. Yeah, that's the
then
idea.
you just trickle them in. It'll be fine. You could do it. It's fine. You're fine.
And then if somehow Darth Vader and Kylo Ren ran into each other, you could say that Doctor Strange is messing with the timeline.
Okay,
so
well-
it's okay.
Are we somewhat surprised that we never got time travel introduced into Star Wars? Because I am. I feel like
Oh, just give them time. Give them time. Once they run out of ideas, they're totally gonna do it. They're
Yeah.
totally gonna do it.
and this is me speaking without seeing like all the extended stuff like Clone Wars and all that. Who knows? Maybe time travel does exist in
I
Star
need
Wars.
to finish Clone Wars. I need to do it. Just it's
But
fine.
I'm just saying if
I
you
need to
did
get on Andor.
if you did open that door, then you're solving the problem.
Mhm,
Disney
there you
should be
go.
like, let's just people would be so mad. If
I mean,
they're like,
100%.
I mean,
We're
hell,
just
they
gonna
brought back the
introduce
Emperor. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
and then you can have all the characters in Galaxy's
Your
Edge.
favorites are back.
They do time travel in Star Trek, right? That's something that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
So there you go. Anyways, I do think I know we've strayed away from Animation Courtyard here, but I just think I'm thinking more about
We've
Launch
strayed away
Bay.
from Animation Courtyard. We've strayed from God. Once again, nihilism. No.
Oh, fired up.
That's
That was
you mad?
impeccable timing.
You mad, bro? You don't want time travel. Okay, I heard him. He
Emily
says
does
no
not
time
want
travel.
time travel in Star
Yeah, our
Wars.
animal contingency is fired up.
Yeah. It's so funny because like Universal, they don't give one crap about this kind of thing. Like I don't know if you saw that, but now there's like official canon why Stardust Racers has the flux capacitor on the back of it.
That's hilarious. No, I didn't see that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
dope. That's
so-
awesome.
So the Celestians wanted a way to like harness the power of the comets to travel around the galaxy. So they brought in a very special scientist who
I
had
love that.
technology,
I love that.
yeah, that could help them harness the power of the comets.
But
And-
then they could do meet and
That's
greets with him
great.
there technically if they wanted to. Like they could have
Oh.
him double dip parks. Oh my goodness, that is such a good idea.
I
Yeah.
love
Good job.
Good job by you, Universal. That's awesome.
Because I don't know about you all, but like first of all, I love Back to the Future. It's like one of my favorite things of all time. But when I saw
Mhm.
Stardust Racers, I'm like, why does it have a flux capacitor on the back? Why? Why
Because
did
it's
they
awesome.
do that?
That's so awesome. Good job by you, Universal.
But that's why, because Doc Brown helped him out. So
Ah, I love the fact
We
that
did
the
it.
doc is still helping Universal. That's
Always.
great.
He's
That's
a
good.
classic.
All right. Well, now that we're talking back to the future, I think we must be done with our Disney news for the week. So we will look forward in time, and we'll, at some point, I do think that Galaxy's Edge will eventually sort of drop the shtick, and it'll just be everybody's there. It's a family reunion, but until then, Disney's going to have to play this interesting dance. I just want there to be a place to meet Darth Vader. That's all I'm saying.
There has to be a place to meet Darth Vader.
Yeah, you got to keep.
Gimli agrees.
He's Darth Vader.
He is. Well, again, that will be something we find out in the future. And if you want to stay plugged into all of the news and keep up with all the current changes and what's upcoming to Walt Disney World, make sure you're subscribed and stay here with the Monday Morning Monorail podcast, because we're going to bring it to you. But until then, we've got other stuff going on. Stephers, I heard you, this was pre-show, but you mentioned some kind of crazy stunt you're going to do celebrating your birthday on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm turning 30 on the 10th, and so I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream.
Oh, I thought it was 30 hours.
Honey, do you think I'm crazy? I would, but like ain't no way I'm doing that. So I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream for my birthday to celebrate turning 30. So come hang out, Adventures with Stephers on all the thingies.
That's so exciting. Your birthday's right around the corner. If you guys want to send Stephers a birthday present, you better get that in the mail now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Stephers, you need a P.O. box. Don't give people your address.
I'm respectfully though, Stephers needs money to pay for bills.
You could Venmo Stephers.
There you go. Perfect birthday gift.
Yeah.
No, seriously, things are expensive. So like
in this economy,
I cry, truly. Anyway.
You heard us talking about we booked the RIP tour. We have no money anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, no kidding. Y'all were telling me how expensive that thing is. Holy guacamole.
Yeah, but it's worth it. So check out Twitch.
And Stitch.
Check out Stitch.
Yeah,
okay.
Now available, the live action one you can rent or own at home.
It's true.
It only made $1 billion, literally.
I think maybe I was thinking about the Nintendo Switch. Stephers, do you have a Switch too?
No, ain't nobody got money for that.
Okay. Well, I don't even know if it's Can you Twitch stream Switch too? I guess you could.
You just need a capture card.
Yeah, I just need a capture card. Well, anyway,
I actually went and looked to see if I could get a Switch 2 yesterday.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you were at Best Buy?
No. Well, I was at Best Buy trying to. Tennessee just had their tax-free weekend for back to school purposes. Your boy has needed a new computer for what feels like years. Stephers and Jay can amen me on that one because the laptop that I'm currently using feels like it's going to blow up every Sunday we record. But I was at Best Buy on a Saturday on tax-free weekend, which was a disaster piece, let's just say. And while I was at Best Buy, I was just looking around seeing if they had Switch 2 because I want to play that new Donkey Kong game. It looks good.
Oh my gosh. So May Monorail has a Switch 2. She got it for her birthday.
Wow. My birthday's coming up.
Well,
Zaddy Monorail.
Put it on. I didn't buy it. This was a Sam Monorail purchase.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Tell Sam to get Stephers a Switch too.
But she's got the Donkey Kong game. She's got Mario Party. She's got the Mario Kart game. And we played a little bit last night. And I got to tell you, that new Mario Kart is hella fun. It's really, really good.
It looks really good.
You just said
fun.
hella. I'm
fun.
gonna Alt F4 this Zoom.
I was actually looking for the Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart, and I was gonna get Donkey Kong. I was gonna go into bankruptcy yesterday. That was my plan. Walking into Best Buy, maybe get a computer and a Switch 2, and walk out a poorer man. But neither of those things happened.
Selfishly speaking, I'm glad that didn't happen because we would not have seen you today.
No, absolutely not. No.
But I'm glad you're here, Landon. And you know what? If people want to see you or hear you during the week, how can they do that?
You can follow me on the social medias, THEDOZ, Landon on Blue Ski, Landon Doane. I'm the best, Landon Doane, not the rest. That's where you can follow me on my little fun slice of social media. Everything's terrible right now. Some of our beloved icons and celebrities are dying. So come have fun with me on social media. I talk about fun stuff, though I haven't been posting a lot on social media. It's kind of nice getting off social media, but that's THEDOZ, Landon on Blue Sky. I also appear on the Phil Show, News Talk 987 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app and the News Talk 987 app as well. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's weird things are going on, and it's been weird, but it's just things seem to be getting weirder. Be decent to each other, because it's hard out there. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but it costs you nothing to be nice, and you don't know how far a kind word or a kind gesture can go to somebody, because you don't know what everybody has going on. A lot of us are just doing the best that we can. We might look like we have everything good, but we're kicking really hard underneath the water to maintain the facades that we have going on. So just be decent to each other, but take care of yourself as well. Not just physically, but mentally too. Just take care of each other. But on a positive note, a lot of good movies at the theater right now. I went and saw the new Fantastic Four movie. I can say we finally got the Fantastic Four right on the big screen. It's more of a family movie. It's more of a family movie than a superhero movie. So know that
The
going
daddy's in it.
That is true. Pedro Pascal kills it as Reed Richards, but that is a good movie. The new Superman movie is really good. There is a good movie out there for anything that you want. So take a little bit of time for yourself and go see a movie. There's some really good movies out there, and Happy Gilmore too. That's good if you like the original Happy Gilmore. So just take some time for yourself and have a little bit of fun, because I know I'm rambling right now, but it's just it's important right now to take a moment for yourself and breathe and have a little bit of fun. If you could do both of those things, especially right now, that would mean the world to me. I'll talk to y'all next week. I'll shut up right now, but just know I love you and take care.
We love you too, Landon. And we love all of you out there. I got to tell you, if you want to help me out a little bit, you know what you could do? Follow me on TikTok. I'm posting some TikToks. I'm going viral, guys. Every day is a step in the viral direction.
You might want to see a doctor about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe I just need to see a doctor. Justin _Monorail on TikTok. I'm pretty happy. Like, last few things I've posted have done somewhat well in terms of at least my previous success on TikTok. So check me out there. I'm also on Instagram, Justin _Monorail. We are Morning Monorail pretty much everywhere. If you want to follow us, look for us. We're not on Twitter or X anymore, but we're on Blue Sky. We're on Instagram. We have a YouTube that you should definitely subscribe to if you want to see the video of this podcast. And we have a Facebook group, Monday Morning Monorail Fam on Facebook. You're welcome to join. Everyone is welcome. And we have a Discord. We have all kinds of things. Go to dismornings.com for the latest news. And also, if you'd like, Stephers and Nate can help you plan your next trip to Walt Disney World or Universal or a Disney cruise or whatever. There's a form at the bottom. You just fill out the form, and that's just submitting your information, and then Stephers and Nate can reach back out to you and help you out with that. So also we have a shop. Don't check out definitely check out the shop. T-shirts, we got some cool T-shirts on there as well. So whatever you like, we got lots of stuff going on, and we're happy that you're here. And if all you do is just listen to the show every week and that's how you want to engage, we're totally fine with that. Every member of the Monorail family is the best fans in the business, best listeners in the business. You all keep us going, so thanks so much. And whether you realize it or not, when you send little pieces of feedback, like when we post the episodes on social media, and you just let us know that you listened, you enjoyed a particular part, that means so much to us. It's really, really nice. So shout out to all of you out there who help us keep this thing going. But we're going to be back here, right here on this monorail next week. And until then, please take care of yourselves, just like Landon said. Thank a team member. Thank a cast member. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.